यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैव पशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञात्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति शिखरा यस्मात् आनन्दसंवरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। वेदोदधिं समुन्मथ्य ज्ञानरत्नं समुद्धृतं येन तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरुणां गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। We are discussing Yoga Vasishta Nirvana Prakaran, second half and 47th chapter, wherein we are looking at the process of sadhana, spiritual practices, what is the process and how we are going to get success in achieving the goal. That is, goal is the absolute equilibrium, which is otherwise known as samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi, where the mind is totally absent. And the process we saw, first of all, one should have dispassion towards the worldly objects, sense objects, and for that there should not be any desires for the worldly objects, and then only we can have dispassion, and then only we can have renunciation of the worldly objects, and desires get lessened, and dispassion gets enhanced, and thereby the discrimination dawns. Discrimination is to find out what is permanent and what is impermanent. All the objects of the world are impermanent because they are subject to change. So we have to give up all these. Only when we develop dispassion and see the defects in the worldly object, that is, it is changeable, it is temporary, whatever happiness or unhappiness we get, it goes on, circulating again and again. They go on changing. So it is impermanent. We don't get anything in the world. Whatever we get, it gets changed. So we have to give up it to achieve the absolute, permanent, eternal bliss which is beyond happiness and unhappiness. A neutral state of the being. Neither happiness nor unhappiness, nor achievement nor losing anything. So that is the goal of all the beings, not only human being. Everybody lives to get that permanent happiness which is known as bliss. So for that, first of all, one should give up the bad association. From the association we cultivate good and bad habits, and mind goes on thinking of all these objects. So we have to, in the very beginning, we have to have good association so that our bad qualities, negative qualities will be deleted from the mind, and the good qualities like truthfulness, non-violence, and celibacy, mercy, all these good qualities have to be cultivated first. That is possible by the association with the good people, the saints and sages, and for that one should always continuously go on remembering the words of scriptures and words of Guru, the teacher. Then only we can have good association, and then we can conquer over the bad qualities, and good qualities will enhance. So in this way, when one practices one-pointedness of mind, withdrawing the mind, that means the thought waves, from the contact of sense objects, and fixing it on the permanent, then slowly we can develop one-pointedness, and when it is prolonged, then that is called meditation. And when meditation is practiced for a long time continuously, that leads you to samadhi. So these are the process. That is what we are discussing. And one who achieves that state, how he behaves with the world, that also we have seen. He looks at the world just as an impartial witness, having no attachment to anything. He just looks at it and enjoys. And he sees the world just as a fog or some some reflections where there is no importance at all. He never gives any importance to any objects. of the world. Just he witnesses it and enjoys. And then that witnessing state also disappears and one enters into complete silence, and that is absolute equilibrium state. That is the final goal of everyone. And such a person who has attained it, his nearness, his company gives so much pleasure to things around, people around. He becomes a source of happiness for everyone. And yesterday, day before yesterday, we were looking at we were discussing how to act. Action means the thought waves through the help of senses when get contact with the sense objects, that is called action. And how to act, because mind is always restless, it cannot keep quiet by nature. So how to act so that we can develop good qualities and we can have good association, and then it will be easy to withdraw the mind from the sense objects and develop dispassion, discrimination and meditation. Vasishta ji explained to Rama, first of all, we have to purify. This process of sadhana is known as practice of spiritual exercise is known as sadhana. That is purificatory process. Purification means oneness, and impurity means mixture. When many things are mixed up, it is called impurity, and when one remains in the end, that is called purity. So whole world is impure. Whole world. Why? Because the world is constituted of 5 elements, that is sky, air, fire, water and earth. We know the source of life is water, and of course the source of life starts from air and then fire, and it becomes visible in water. So we call water is the source of life. Of course, air is important because we have to breathe prana, we have to have some energy, that is from air we get momentum to act. So all these, when they are mixed up, they are called impure. When it becomes one, then it is called purity. So we have to have purification of our body, our actions first, and then body, senses, mind, prana also, and intellect, and then we can have discrimination. So purity is a must. That means oneness is the highest goal of everyone. So how to act? Whatever we do, we have the motive of selfishness. We need something in return. Every action has its equal and opposite reaction. Without reaction, there is no action. And nobody can keep quiet without doing action even for a moment. Your breathing, your thinking, that also is taken as action. Mind is the root cause for all the actions. Thinking also is action. So we have to understand how to act so that our actions should be selfless. Everything we do, it is for the sake of the body. That is called selfishness. Body means senses, fourfold internal mind, prana, and whatever we do, we have the purpose to get some happiness for the body. And that happiness we never get from worldly objects because everything is subject to change in this world. So whatever we get, it is momentary and we get nothing. Our whatever we get, it is lost the very next moment. So first of all, we cannot keep quiet without acting, and if action is a must, then how to act? Because action has reaction. So we should have the motive to act but not to get the reaction. Reaction will be there. So it is said, you have the right to act because you cannot keep quiet. But you have no right on the reaction, the result of the action. So one should not expect anything, though it comes by the force of nature. But we should not have the anxiety or desire or attachment for the reaction of our actions. That is called selfless action. Whatever we do, it is only for the sake of the body, for the pleasure of the body, senses, mind, and that is called selfishness. And if our actions are without any expectation of reaction, then we are not perturbed by the reactions, whether it is good or bad. We are not attached to it. So slowly in this way, we will have this passion towards physical pleasure or sensual pleasure or mental pleasure. Sometimes we go on concreting, we are planning for future, that is a kind of mental pleasure. We think for so many things which is not in our hands because future is uncertain and the past is gone, it is not under our control. So the present time, presence is in our hand. So at present we should not expect anything and we should not reject anything. Rejection means you have some motive and acceptance means that is also motivated by something. So there should not be acceptance and rejection. That means to be neutral with the situations at present. That is the way to be indifferent towards the karma phal, reactions of our actions. Whatever comes, that is by nature, so we have no objection for it. To live at present. Future is uncertain, past is gone, not under our control. So the best thing, ideal life is to live at present. That is possible only when you are neutral, not accepting anything, not rejecting anything. Whatever comes, it is okay. Neither feeling pleasure nor feeling having any objection. So that is the neutral, to be neutral at present, so that whatever you do, you are not concerned with the result of it. That is how one can purify the ego. Ego means I, the identity. Without I, we can not do anything. That is otherwise known as doership. I am the doer. When you are the doer, you are bound to get the result of your action. For example, we gave the example of a farmer. When he sows the seeds in the field, he has the expectation of yielding the crop because he is the sower of the seeds. So he has the expectation of getting the good yield. But if a servant works at the field, he has no desire for the yield of the crop. The crop goes to the owner who says it is my field, who has the doership or ownership, that is, who has the ego of ownership or doership, then he is bound to get the result of it. As a result, the farmer yields the crop. But the servant has nothing to do. He gets his daily wages and works. Whatever, whether the crop is destroyed or there is a bumper yield, that is not concerned by the servant. Similarly, when one does actions without any doership or ownership, then whatever comes as reaction, he has nothing to do with it. He has no concern. So in this way, all the actions should be done which is known as inaction. Action has the reaction. But inaction, though there is some result of it, it is not at all concerned with. So whether the reaction is there or not there, that is the matter of nature. Nature does everything. Nature has its own rules and regulations. Every action will have reaction. But when we are not concerned with the reaction, then let it go to nature. So you are not, neither you are happy nor unhappy. That neutral state is known as bliss. Just as when you are on the earth, you have to face day and night. You cannot get rid of it. When you go to the neutral zone in somewhere in the space, there is neither night nor day. It is something which is beyond day and night. Similarly, when there is no action, no reaction, then what are you at? You are at neutral zone. You are not at all concerned with happiness or unhappiness. That is possible if you are not the doer. If you are the doer, that means you are bound to get the result of your actions. This is the trick to act so that you will be indifferent towards these worldly objects which are get contacted by the reaction or action. So in this way one can have no desires and no contact with worldly objects, and then dispassion is strengthened. You have complete dispassion towards the world. And then only discrimination is possible. And without discrimination, nobody can meditate. Meditation means one-pointed mind for a pretty long time. So these are the process what we discussed, and this is possible also to have non-doership and to be indifferent towards the world. That is possible if you remember the goal continuously without break. Your goal is to achieve absolute state of equilibrium. That is samadhi. So that should not be forgotten for a moment, even continuous remembrance of the goal. And that is also possible when you contemplate over the words of the Guru, your teacher, or the words of the scriptures. They guide you every moment. Then only it is possible to remember the goal continuously. This is my path and I have to reach at that goal. And then only one can act indifferently without doership. So these are the process one should follow. Or else, nowadays yoga is so popular all over the world. Everybody sits to meditate. It is simply a show. You will be sitting quietly, but what does your mind do? To look at the mind, to watch the mind also is a process. If you watch the mind, you can see how restless it is from one object to the other object. It jumps in series. It never can be steady on one object. So how difficult it is to sit and meditate. These are the process. Without following this process, it is impossible to meditate. You may close your eyes and sit idly, and your mind will be planning for future or remembering the past events or thinking of your worldly relations or worldly objects, eating, drinking, and doing picnic or your office work. You may be thinking so many things. So these are the process which are to be followed. And in the very beginning, this good association means always thinking of the words of the scriptures, words of the Guru, and contemplating over it, and then it is possible to have dispassion, discrimination, and then you can renounce the whole world easily and attain your goal. विवेक से पूर्ण हृदय से शास्त्रार्थ रस से पूर्ण होकर उत्तम प्रज्ञा ऐसे बढ़ाने लग जाता है जैसे महावन में मूल प्ररोहादि के विस्तार से कदली बढ़ने लग जाता है. When one continuously practices all these spiritual exercise and gets purity of mind, so his discrimination dawns, then his good qualities grow, and these good qualities, when they grow and get strengthened, slowly the bad qualities get away from you. They cannot be together. But there is another question here. This world is a mixture of two things. That is, pairs of opposites. Without opposites, nothing is possible in this world. Where there is night, there is day. Where there is day, there should be night. Opposite of each other. This is how everything, every object has its opposite. These are called pairs of opposites. The whole world is constituted by the pairs of opposites. And why it is so? Because it is relative. Relative means comparison between the two. And two means opposite to each other. So naturally, whatever we have, it will have the opposite side of it. Just as a coin having head and tail both together, then only it is called coin. So now if you have good qualities, is it without any badness? The question comes because we are worldly persons. Till we have achieved the goal, till then we are worldly persons, having body, senses, mind, everything, a group. So whatever we do, whatever qualities we have, it is a mixture. Whatever we do, it is a mixture of a good and bad. So what to do? How to get rid of it? You see, the whole world is a relative world, so everything is giving and taking. When you give something, you get something. This is called business. Business. The whole world is a center of business. Without that also means action and reaction. Everything is dual. So dualism means transaction. That means giving something and getting something. That is action and reaction. That is law of nature. You cannot avoid it as long as you are there. So, because the whole world is a business center, so we have to do business with our qualities also. If I have a good quality, let me see how much good is there, how much bad is there. Because 100% good is impossible. 100% bad also is impossible because quality means it will have both the opposites, good and bad. So we have to see the percentage of goodness and badness. If it is comparatively good, then we should accept it. We should do good actions. Good actions are known as helping or doing good or giving pleasure to the whole world that is around you. You, when I am there, my will be there. Without my, I cannot stand. That means my means the whole world. My relationship. Relationship not only with the persons, but all the objects, whatever is around me and with whatever I am concerned, it is mine. Even starting from the air, fire, water, earth, and all these animals, birds, insect life, and plant life, everything is mine because I depend upon all these. Without this, I cannot live. So I have to do something good for all this whole world, what belongs to me. One cannot stand all alone without depending upon others. Even one atom is dependent upon the whole cosmos. It cannot exist without the support of the whole universe. That means every atom is dependent upon the whole totality of the universe. So every being is dependent upon others. When your surrounding is good, then only you can be good. When surrounding is pleasant, then only you can enjoy pleasure. Or else you are bound to be affected by your surroundings. If all around there is high temperature, can you feel cool? If you are sitting on the top of Himalayas, can you feel hot? Because you are influenced by the surroundings. That means you are dependent. So if you can do good to everyone, whatever is there, whatever is related with you, in every sense, not only food and drink, not only personal, physical needs, in every way we are dependent upon everything in this world. So you are bound to do good for the others, or else you cannot be happy. That is called helping others, or paropkar we say. That is also taken as selflessness. If you do anything for body sake only, for the physical pleasure, that is called selfishness. If you do for everyone, everything around you, that is called selflessness. So one has to act selflessly. If you are doing for yourself, means for your physical pleasure sake, then by doing bad to the surroundings, then you cannot be happy because you are dependent on everyone. So whatever actions you do, it should be in favor of the whole universe. That is called selfless action. And that leads you to have no contact with the world because you have no selfish ideas. Then only you can have dispassion towards the world, and then only meditation is possible. There is the law, action has reaction. If you have misbehaved with anyone, any object of the world, you are bound to be misbehaved by the world because you are in the cycle, in circle. You are dependent. Just as if one link of a big chain is weak, then the whole chain is weak. If one link is strong, it gives strength to the whole chain. So you are bound to be good. Then only you can enjoy pleasure or happiness. Or else your happiness is a dream. So the sadhak, the seeker, should start with doing good actions. Good action means selflessness. That means helping everything. Whatever you do, it should be favorable to your surroundings and all the world. Nothing should be against anyone. That is the way to act, and that leads you to have non-doership, and you can turn the action into inaction. Your actions are never considered as actions because you are not concerned with it, and reactions are also not enjoyed by you. and finally it leads to your witness state. Then when you are not at all concerned with any action and reactions or your surroundings or your contact, relationship with the objects, then you are totally dispassionate towards the world, and then you can enjoy the witness state, being impartial to the world and being just onlooker. And then only impartiality, neutrality is possible. Or else you are concerned with something means you are attached, that means desires are there, that means your doership is there, that means your busyness is there, your mind is restless. So how can you meditate and achieve your goal? Impossible. So these are the process he explains to Rama. Lord Guru Vasishta ji explains to Rama the method of the process of attaining samadhi. आदर्श के सदृश निर्मलता से शोभित बुद्धि अपने भीतर प्रतिबिंबित समस्त वस्तुओं का अपने अंदर ही मन के विलास के रूप में पूर्ण अनुभव करता है. He gives an example. If one follows all these rules and regulations, follows the process of spiritual practices and practices all these, then finally he enjoys this world. This world doesn't remain as a house of pain and sufferings. It gets turned into a house of pleasure. How does he enjoy? Just as you are sitting, standing before a mirror, and what do you see? You see your reflection completely clearly. If it is a clear mirror, if it is a dirty mirror, you cannot see yourself in the mirror. Similarly, when the mind is purified and it can meditate and it can enjoy the prolonged meditative state, then he sees himself within himself, because mind acts as a mirror then, and he sees himself as a reflection of himself and enjoys within himself. That is how he enjoys. That also is expressed in other language. That enjoyment of his own self within himself is known as introvertness. When mind never goes out of the body, senses, and doesn't have any contact outside, then it turns inward, and finally it becomes one-pointed at the heart, and that is called introvertness. The heart is known as the absolute state of balancedness, equilibrium. That is the abode of the absolute truth. Truth means balanced state, and heart means a balanced state. And when mind rests in the heart, then he enjoys himself. That is called a state of bliss. साधुओं के समागम से शुद्ध बुद्धि हुआ तथा शास्त्र के अर्थों से परिमार्जित हुआ प्राज्ञ पुरुष अग्नि से निकले गए। विद्युत पुंज के सदृश चमकदार वस्त्र रत्न के तरह भासता है। He glitters like the pure gold taken from the fire, and विवेकी पुरुष चमकीले सुवर्ण के सदृश चमक रहे तथा निर्मल आलोक करने वाले अपने आत्मप्रकाश से सूर्य की तरह समस्त भुवन को प्रकाशित करता है। सच्चे man enlightens the whole universe just as the sun. विवेक संपन्न तत्वज्ञ पुरुष अभ्यास द्वारा शास्त्र का और सेवादि वृत्ति से गुरु गुरु समागम का वैसा निरंतर अनुसरण करता है जिससे कि गुरु के उपदिष्ट अर्थ में अत्यंत आसक्ति के कारण स्वप्न में भी शास्त्र एवं गुरु के चिंतन तथा सेवन में निरत होकर उन्हीं दोनों का अनुभव करता है। When this practice gets strengthened for long time, one practices it continuously, sincerely, honestly, then one can do this contemplation or remember the words of Shastras, scriptures and words of Guru even in dream, and even in deep sleep mind will be engaged in it. Your dream becomes a practice of contemplation or your spiritual exercises. Even in dream one goes on doing all this. It depends, it gets strengthened, and then your dream becomes saturated with all these practices. One enjoys bliss in the deep sleep also. Generally the persons are unaware of themselves in deep sleep. That is called deep sleep. We are not aware. We don't know anything whatever happens around us. That is unawareness. But such a person, he never sleeps. He meditates only. His meditations becomes continuous. In deep sleep also, he is aware of himself. Then only one becomes witness of three states: deep sleep, dream, waking, and that is called the fourth state, witnessing state, that is called Turiya. One who witnesses deep sleep, dream and waking at a time. At a time he is able to see the whole universe. At a glance, how it is possible, just as when you go higher and higher, your angle of vision spreads it becomes widened. As you go up, so you see on the earth a quite long distance at a glance. Sitting on the hilltop, you can see all around you, and who is walking or going in a car at the hill, foothill, he cannot see everything at a glance. He can see hardly few meters ahead and few meters back. But one who is sitting on the top of the hill, he can see 50 kilometers at a glance, the future and past of the car driver. He can see at a glance. Similarly, when your height of the thoughts, that means purity of the thoughts, that also means the depth of the thoughts is higher, then the vision also becomes widened. One can see the whole universe at a glance. That is the vision of great yogis and these great people. At a glance they can see everything together. That is the state of such a discriminative person who has attained samadhi and who enjoys the real meaning of the words of the scriptures and Guru. क्रमश राग आदि दोषों का विनाश एवं मैत्री आदि गुणों का संचय कर वह निर्दोष और गुणवान बनकर शास्त्र में उपनिषद में कहे गए अर्थों को भावना से पूर्ण भावुक बन जाता है। फिर पिंजड़े से छुटकारा पाए हुए के सदृश स्वतंत्र होकर तथा भोगों का तिरस्कार कर प्रकाशने लग जाता है। Then such a person enjoys like a bird out of the cage or a animal freed from the cage, complete freedom to move around wherever he likes. Such a person enjoys his total freedom, and that total freedom is known as bliss. The worldly people, they are in a cage. From everywhere we are limited. Limitness is known as cage. You cannot do anything and everything what you like. You cannot move freely. That is called cage life. And when one is one with the whole universe, that means the whole universe is his home. He is called Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world becomes his family. And whatever he does for the whole world, whatever he enjoys, the enjoyment of the whole world. This is called complete freedom, and this is otherwise known as liberation. Liberation means liberation, freedom from the bondage. Bondage means living in a cage. Cage means in a limited area, limited movement. Your movement is limited. because you are concerned with the body. Body is limited in every sense. Your strength is limited, your thoughts are limited, your actions are limited, everything is limited. Your power is limited, your achievement is limited. In every sense, a bodied person, one who is concerned with the body, is limited in every sense. So your freedom also is limited. And unlimitedness is achieved by having relations with the whole universe. And that is possible if you act for the whole universe. That is possible if you give up your limited identity, that is body. Then only it is possible. And that also is compared as the total freedom out of the cage, just as the animal enjoys, a bird enjoys when it is freed from the cage. So also these great people, they enjoy their freedom. And we call it miracles. They can move anywhere they like at his will. They can do anything they like at his will. The moment they think, it happens. The nature cannot restrict him. Nature cannot limit him. That is called real liberation or mukti, or call it as you like, nirvana, kaivalya, oneness, union with the Absolute, or freedom from the bondage, or freedom from the bondage of the desires, because desires, they are bondage, they always engage us to fulfill them. We are slave to our desires.
So, how many sadhaks should become indifferent even to their body?
Pardon?
Sadhak, as sadhak, we should be indifferent even to our body.
Yes.
How can we do that? Only hunger, pain.
How can? The process is explained. This is the process. Where is the question, how can? Process is explained. This is how you can. Till now we are discussing the process. By this method you can avoid the contact or attachment with the body. If you start remembering the words of the scriptures, your words, you do whatever you like for others only, not for the body, that is the way. Having satsang,
We will be able to transcend our physical
yes, it is possible. That's why he has told it. Feeling mercy for everyone, doing good to everyone, not for self, becoming selfless. If you are eating something, give it, share it with others. Then only you are giving pleasure to others. Don't eat all alone. Whatever you have to share it with others. That is the way to do good to others and think of others and become one with others. Slowly it enhances, it widens, and you are one with the whole universe. Start it. Whatever you have, it is not yours because it is given by the nature to you. You cannot enjoy it yourself. That is stealing others' properties. If you enjoy yourself, that is called theft. You are bound to enjoy everything with others, or else no way you can have happiness. You are a selfish person. That means you are bodied soul. That means whatever you are limited with the body. When you start giving to others, loving others, doing good to others, sharing with others, then only you can expand yourself. That is the way to expand yourself and be one with the whole universe. Simply telling the whole world belongs to me, the whole world is my family, telling will not do, doing will do. You have to show it in your actions, mentally, verbally, physically, in three ways. You should think for the universe. You should speak for the whole world. You should do for the whole world. Whatever you do, whatever you speak. That's how in Vedas, in scriptures, the prayer is not for me, it is for all the beings of the world. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu, simply telling will not do. Thinking also must be, you must think for whole world. You must speak for whole world. And you must do everything for whole world. That is the way, and that is how you have to follow all these, practice all these. That is the way.
And Swamiji, one more thing, like in some practices, like in sadhu, it is the emphasis is also on physical pain to develop that indifference, like tapasya, being in cold places.
आज
Does that help?
कितने बार हम बात कर लें. Pain and pleasure is a mental state. When you have anesthesia in one part, do you feel any pleasure or pain? That's how you can give up your body sense. If the mind is not present at that spot, it never feels any pain or pleasure. Pain and pleasure belongs to mind, and mind is nothing but every moment it has contact of the sense with the objects. That's how it enjoys pain and pleasure. Matras parsastu kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukhadaha. When the five units, sabda, sparsa, rupa, rasa, gandh, the sound and the smell, taste, touch, all these, they get contact with the objects by the senses, then only they enjoy happiness or pain. Body has nothing to do. Body never has any pain or pleasure. Does a dead body feel anything? It clearly proves body has nothing to do with pain and pleasure. And senses have also nothing to do. It is mind only. And mind enjoys pain and pleasure when it gets contact with the object. That is called pain and pleasure. You have no money in your pocket, but you have crores, millions in business, and it is somewhere in the bank or somewhere. But you are multimillionaire. You feel pleasure, you feel egoistic. Has it anything to do with the body? So it proves completely 100% mind is enjoyer of pain and pleasure. And mind is nothing but a series of thoughts, continuous flow of thoughts. And thoughts are nothing. It gets a flow because of contact with the sense objects.
Swamiji, we all are born as a body, so
Pardon?
we all are born as bodies, and we say that aham dehasmi,
No,
and then slowly,
no, not at all. Who are you? Are you the body? First of all, you have to prove this. You are not born as a body, but with the body. You are not born as a body, but with the body. Who are you then?
so when my sense of self slowly expands over time, I come to a realization that aham brahmasmi, that my sense of self is.
That afterwards, first practice it. Whatever is told, you have to practice it. Don't think of the future or what you have not practiced. When you are going in a track to reach some goal, some place, think of few years ahead you. If you are planning for the whole path, you cannot proceed. But at the same time, you have to remember that you have to reach the goal. But look few years ahead. What are you doing? What have you practiced? And what is the experience? Then the people who have gone ahead, they will guide you. After this, you are going to experience this. When you are going in a path, a road, you have, suppose you have crossed some distance, you have crossed some milestones. Now you have crossed the milestone where written 20 kilometers. Then 20 kilometers from the starting point or to reach the goal. That you have to consider. And then you are bound to get the milestone where there will be 29, 21, written 21. It is bound to come. Don't think of it.
No,
Proceed further.
no, it's my personal experience as well. But my question is, once, even though when I have realized that my sense belongs to the entire cosmos, so
Even
then,
though no, there is no if or but, you have to talk of your position. Where do you stand and what are you going to see ahead?
so
You have to practice it, then only all the questions, or else you cannot understand anything. If I suppose you are going to Gangotri, you are asking about Harsil, you have not reached Gangotri, you have not started from Uttarkasi, and you are asking for Harsil. If I explain anything, what do you going to understand? Baseless, meaningless question. First of all, you are bound to practice. And what experience you have, when you walk the way, you see ahead, automatically you will know what is coming next. When you are standing at the milestone written 5 kilometers, naturally it is a must you are going to see the milestone written 6 kilometers. Naturally you will see, simply asking, you cannot get clarity. Cannot.
so the question is, even though when the witness, I am established in the witness, I've lost the sense of doership, the body still remains as long as I'm in the body, and that would still be considered as the temple of the divinity I carry. So, should we just negate the body or should we respect the body?
That is what I am discussing till now. Everything is discussed on the body. Body is your identity, and with the body you are doing whatever you are wishing to do. It is called selfishness. When you can get rid of selfishness, you can do something for others, everything for others, then body sense will be lessened. You will get rid of body sense. I am not the body. You will feel oneness with the whole universe. Then only this body sense will go. That is what we are discussing. Or else the body sense cannot be deleted. You have been born with the body sense from the childhood itself. This is my body, this is my body, and all the relations are with the body. Your father, your mother, your brothers, your sisters, your relations, everybody is related with the body, not with you. So when you practice all these, then only one can get rid of the body sense, and then his relation will widen and it will be one with the whole universe. This is what again and again we are discussing. One has to practice all these. This is the process. And what will happen if you practice, that also we are discussing. When you have this passion, slowly there will be less of desires, weak identity, ego. Ego will be with everyone. Your body ego will be weakened. And when you practice all this, your mind will be engaged in the dream even to contemplate over the words of the scriptures and Guru, not of the body. This is how you will forget the body. Your pain and pleasure of the body as you think, that will get away. This is the process which one should practice. It is not for only speaking or thinking. One should practice it. Then only all these process, when you are going, treading the path, what will happen next, it is telling. He is explaining everything, how he becomes, how he enjoys bliss, how he grows in his giving good to others, just like a banana plant grows in a prosperous, fertile land. How it grows? Just like that, your pleasure, your good actions, your dispassion, your detachment, everything will grow.
And as I become more detached and more dispassionate, some of as a byproduct, a lot of these qualities are happening. But at the same time, a lot of my relationships personally are falling away as well. So how do I handle them? Like they
By practicing these, you will handle them. Are you practicing? First practice, then put the question, what is happening? Without practicing, if you bring the questions, then questions are baseless. It is happening because you are not practicing all these.
No, I am on my own. I have been practicing as a yogi.
Are you doing helping everyone not doing anything for yourself?
To the best of my capacity.
No,
It's a natural
no,
byproduct. I don't even
no.
have to try. It happens on its own spontaneously.
These are the ways. And if you say all these questions, again and again he is telling, engage your mind in words of Guru and scriptures. That is called satsang. It is the root cause. And Yoga Sutra says replacement. When all these are happening, don't think of all these. Do something good, think something good, speak something good. Then see what happens. This is the way.
Which Yoga Sutra are you referring to?
You are not hearing. Arey yaar, again and again we are discussing same thing. You must hear, you must remember, you must contemplate over the words of the scriptures and words of your teacher, and it should be continuous. That is also known as replacement instead of your bad qualities or your problems. All the problems will go away if you think of the name of God or do something good to others. Automatically problems will vanish. This is the way. All the problems, all the desires, all the selfishness will disappear when you take some medicines. Slowly your disease will become weak and it will get away. You will get rid of the disease. Why? When you take the medicine. This is the medicine. The whole world is a disease, and the doctor is your guru and the scriptures. Whatever they say, that is the medicine. If you don't eat the medicine, how can you get rid of your disease? If you go on asking, I have all these diseases, will they be cured? Diseases are there. The whole world is a disease. As you think, that is also a disease. What you speak, that is also a disease. If you think of the body, that is also a disease. The whole world is a disease. Bhavarog, they say, the world disease. Your thoughts, your speech, and your actions are, everything is a disease. That is called world disease. And to get rid of it, you have to take medicines. These are the medicines. Without taking medicine, how can you talk of
Practice is like medicine.
practice is medicine? Practice means all the time, continuously you have to go on contemplating over these words of the scriptures, words of the Guru, and that continuity should be there in not only in our Sanatan scriptures, but all the scriptures of all the religions of the whole world, they emphasize upon this point only. In Bible, in the end of Bible, there is a sentence called ceaseless prayer. Prayer means to be in communion with the absolute God or Father in heaven, or call it as you like. But that one, which is the one controller, that must be continuously have contact with. That is called ceaseless prayer. Continuity is of most importance. If you break, suppose you are fighting with your enemies and you are feeling sleepy and tired, you want to rest, what will happen? The enemy will attack you on you and kill you. That continuous fight must be there. Continuity is of importance. That's how we call it akhand jap. That's how we continuous jap. That's how we practice slowly akhand part, akhand jap, akhand kirtan, not for 1 hour, but for the whole 24 hours, not for the one day. It must be continued for 1 week. It must be continued, prolonged for 1 month and throughout the life. Then only it is possible, it is not so easy. And it becomes easy one who practices it, one who walks the path, then no distance can be a hindrance for him. One day or other he will reach the goal. There should not be any stoppage, no break. That's how one has to practice, and it is possible. Many have reached the goal, and they are the gurus and great saints and sages. They have shown all this.
In the Yoga Sutras, Maharshi Patanjali describes it as Satudhir Kal Nairantarya, Satkara Sevita.
Huh?
In the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, Satudhir Kal Nairantarya, Satkara Sevita. With devotion and for long time practices continue, one gets established in equanimity.
जानते हैं तो पूछते क्या? ये जानकारी खाली दूसरों को बोलने के लिए क्या?
नहीं, my question was different, sir.
One must practice continuously, then all the problems, they will get away by themselves. When you walk the path continuously, one day or other, you are bound to reach the goal. This is the law. If you sleep at the middle, then goal is a dream. भद्र व्यसनी बनकर, he is giving your answer. भद्र व्यसनी बनकर विषयों के प्रति दौड़ना बड़ा भारी दौर्भाग्य है. My dear, being attached with the mundane objects, sense objects, if you run behind them, it is called chasing the wild goose. Do you know? Chasing the wild goose. You are running behind some goose in the forest. Can you get him? Get it? You have to search for it in the lakes or in the water ponds. You cannot get a goose in forest. Huh? One who is attached to bodily pleasures and runs behind the sense objects, so it is his bad luck. Bad luck. इस दौर्भाग्य का दिन दिन पर दिन त्याग कर रहे उस विवेकशील पुरुष के द्वारा उसकी वंश उस तरह चमकने लग जाता है जिस तरह चंद्रमा के द्वारा तारों का समूह चमकने लगता है. One who gives up all these thinking of worldly objects and attachment to the worldly objects and who gives up running behind the desires, sense objects and growing in dispassion and discrimination, he glitters like he shines like a moon, full moon in the sky who gives its light to all the innumerable stars. That's how such a person is blessed and gives pleasure to the whole universe. Such a person who has reached that state of samadhi. इस विवेकी के मुख में भोग लंपटता से निर्मुक्त कोई अनिर्वचनीय अपूर्व ही कांति ऐसे जगमगाने लग जाती है जैसे राहु से छुटकारा पा जाने पर चंद्रमा में कांति जगमगाने लगती है. So tomorrow we shall see the glories of such a person who has practiced all these and attained the goals. How he is glorified, how he enjoys, and how the whole universe is benefited out of him. Tomorrow we shall see. The process is explained in short. Of course, there are so many exercises given by different gurus and different scriptures, but essence is this. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai, Satchidananda Bhagavan ki jai, Sabda Brahma ki jai, Saraswati Maharani ki jai, Jagavasiri Bhagavan ki jai.